Hi everyone, welcome back to PrepLoop. So till now we have seen the string args in multiple videos. In this video we will finally understand what args really means and how we can use it. Args are nothing but command line arguments. So what are command line arguments? So command line arguments are simply inputs that are given to a program when we start it. So when we run the program, we can give some inputs to the program. So instead of asking input inside the program, we pass values from outside at runtime. So where does this strings args comes from? When we run a Java program, the JVM automatically sends input to the main method. So these inputs are stored in string args, and here args is an array and each input is treated as a string here, which is provided by JVM. Till now we run program using this run button here, but this time I'll show you how we actually run Java program so that we can pass these variables. To do this, we have to right click on the project and select open in terminal. My first project is opened here. So to run this args demo.java, first we need to move to this source folder, which is cdcrc. And once we do that, we have this args demo, right? First in Java, we need to compile before running, which creates the bytecode, that is .class file. So this is .java file, right? First you have to use a command called javac, which is Java compiler, and the class name, that is args demo.java, and press enter. It will create a class file, which is nothing but the bytecode. If you open this, you can see this is the bytecode version. Now we can run this. Yeah, so it's running. Okay, to check that, let's add a quick output args demo. Okay, and then save. Yeah, you can see this, right? Args demo is getting printed here. So now let's see how do we pass the arguments. First we pass some arguments like hello. Yeah, so I have told this is an array of arguments, right? So we will pass more than one, like hi, hello, hi. So I'm passing these two. Let's print the first argument here, that is args of 0. So like arrays, all the strings starts from the 0 index and not 1. So 0 is nothing but the first argument here. So here the first argument is hello and the second one is hi. Let's see what it prints. Yeah, you can see this, right? It prints only the hello. So this is how we pass arguments to the program while starting the execution. Now let's see what happens if you print this args without passing the arguments. That is, currently we are passing hello, right? Let's not pass any arguments. So just guess what happens if you pass and try to print when nothing is here. Yeah, you will get an exception saying array index out of bound exceptions, that is index 0 out of bound for length 0. So the 0, there is no arguments passed, right? Remember that we should always have a check before printing the arguments, because if we don't pass the required arguments, like for example, I'll use arguments 2 here, but only one argument is passed. This 2 is actually the third argument, right? When you pass only 1 or 2 arguments in the command line, then there will be a array index out of bound exception. Now let's print multiple arguments here. 0, 1, 2. Hello, hi, Java. Yeah, so we are printing all this, right? And what if I pass one argument less here? So it prints first 2 arguments, and for this line it throws the error out of bound for index 2. So remember, args indexing is very important. So 0 is for first argument and same for others. So the array index starts from 0 and not 1. Let's see the length of the arguments here. To know the length of the argument, we just have to print args dot length here. So this will give the size of the arguments which is passed. For example, if I try to pass so 1 2 3 4 and I'm just printing 3 here, right? And let me run this program. So if you see, it will print all the 3 and but the size is 4 here because I am passing 4 arguments here. Now let's see the common mistakes we usually do in the beginning. Accessing args without checking the length. So I have already explained, right? If we don't have a check for the argument's length and we just randomly print or use it, it will throw the array index out of bound exception. And also remember that we cannot assign this values to any integer directly, like args of 0 for example. This shows error because all the, even if you use the variables here, that is 1 2 hello hi Java, so it shows the error incompatible types, string cannot be converted to int here. So remember, command line arguments are always strings. To convert the arguments into numbers, we use methods like integer.parseInt. We will see this later. Integer.parseInt of arg0. Okay. We will learn this properly when we cover type conversions with strings. When should we use command line arguments? So it is basically used in testing programs or configuration values or automation scripts. Let's recap what we learned today. Command line arguments are inputs stored in string args. So indexing from 0 and not 1. Args length can be checked using dot length and all inputs are string. So we cannot directly store it to integer. So if you understand this much, you are doing great. In the next episode, we will move into operations in Java, where we start performing calculations and comparisons. Follow PrepLoop for more such tutorials, and also comment down below if I need to cover any specific topic. And thanks for watching.